Okay, today we will be seeing the lithography process in detail, and this is a very theoretical aspect of your VLSI course. In this topic, there is no math, there is nothing to understand. You just see how this thing works. So this is the content you can see here. CMOS process. Now, normally this is a CMOS NOT gate. Here you can have a P-type material, no N-type material. Then there you have created a P well. Normally, MOSFETs are made with P-type material and N well. Here this is opposite, and it can be done as well, no problem. Here you have an N-type material. Then you have a P well. In the P well, you have N plus and N plus. So this is your N MOSFET. On top of that, you have silicon dioxide. Then you have metal, and this metal part is your gate. Then you have drain. Then you have source. Then here you have P plus. Here you have P plus. So this is silicon dioxide and your metal. So this is your gate. This is source. This is drain. Here they have two different element for that means the body ground and the body VDD for that. Okay. Now, this one is a inverter cross section. This one is inverter cross section with well and substrate contact. Normally, this is not the case. This is the case. We 99% cases we see that. So, normally the bodies and the substrate, they are connected with the source together. Here they are separated. So today we will be referring our CMOS inverter like this. So here you have P-type, P substrate, P body. Then you have N well. In the N well you have P plus and P plus. So this is your PMOS, P transistor, PMOS transistor. In P substrate you have N plus and N plus. So this is your NMOS transistor. This is your silicon dioxide. Silicon dioxide, that means polysilicon. And on top of that you have metal. And here this is the ground. This is the VDD. This is your drain to drain. So this is your output, and this is your input. This is A. Can you see that A? This is A. This is Y. Okay. So after making this mask layout, what you will do? You will give the mask layout to the engineer. They will separate the layers, different layers: metal layer, polysilicon layer, N-well layer, and so on, so on. Okay. They will first take the N-well. See, can you see the N-well? N-well layer. Then they will go for the polysilicon layer. Then they will go for the N diffusion layer. Then they will go for the P diffusion layer. Then contact layer. Then at last they will go for the metal layer. Okay. So they will separate the layer, separate the mask layout into layers. Then they will apply the lithography process. What is lithography? This is the most important part of this lecture. So we will only see these. Lithography. What the process used to transfer a pattern to a layer on chip is called lithography. That means this is the layout or mask layout you created. You want to transfer these to a substrate. Substance means a piece of P type or piece of N type. So you want to what? You want to transfer that pattern to a layer or to a layer on the chip. This is called lithography. Okay. So this starts. The sequence starts with an thermal oxidation of silicon surface, by which an oxide layer of about 1 micrometer, that means 1000 nanometer thickness, for example, is created on a substance CB. That means this is a substrate. That means the normal body. It can be N type, it can be P type, but let's say this is an N type material. No, a P type material. On top of P type, you will give a layer of silicon dioxide. Okay, about 1000 nanometer or 1 micrometer width. Okay. What is the process of giving silicon dioxide? This is called thermal oxidation. Using thermal oxidation process, you will give a layer of silicon dioxide. Okay, then after that you will give a layer of photoresist. The entire oxide surface is covered with a layer of photoresist, which is light sensitive, acid resistance organic polymer, initially insoluble in the developing solution. So So after the silicon dioxide, you will give a layer of photoresist. This is photosensitive or light sensitive, acid resistance, and initially not soluble. Not soluble means it will not mix with the solution. It will not mix with the solution. Not soluble or initially insoluble in the development solution. Okay. After that, what you will do, you will bring a glass layer. Glass. This is a glass layer. Under the glass layer, you will have your design. What design? This design. Okay. Not this. Only this. The first one. The first layer. You will have a design. Under the glass layer, the design will be there. The design will be black, and where the design, there is no design. Okay. Where the design will be opaque, the design will be transparent. Where there is no design, that will be black. Understand? This is a glass. Under the glass, there the design will be attached. So where there is a design, there is nothing. When there is no design, there will be glass. That means, let's see. So if I make a glass out of this design, what will happen? The total glass will be black. The total glass will be black. Only this part is transparent. This part will be transparent. Understand? Then the glass, I will keep the glass on top of that substrate and photoresist. I will apply some UV ray. See, where there is no design, no UV ray will hit. Where there is design, the UV ray will hit the photoresist. When the UV ray hit the photoresist, it loses its power. It loses its characteristics. The other part of the photoresist remain like a photoresist, but the normal photoresist, what will happen? Where the UV light hit, that part will be soluble now. That part will be soluble. That means if you apply a special type of acid, this part will be gone, this part will remain, because this part have some UV ray and it lost its resistivity. Got my point? You got my point?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So once you expose the photoresist to the UV ray, that part of the photoresist is actually insoluble now. Now you apply an acid, this part will be gone. When this part is gone, this will look like this. Okay. Then you apply a chemical H, a different type of acid, HF acid, HF. That means hydrofluoric acid. You will apply a hydrofluoric acid. This hydrofluoric acid will not do anything to photoresist, will not do anything to substrate. It will only affect the silicon dioxide layer. Got my point? This HF acid will not do anything to resist, will not do anything to substrate. It will only affect the silicon dioxide layer. Okay? Got my point? So what will happen? A pond will create it. A pond. Do you know pond? A puddle will create it, or a hole will be created here. After that, what? Since the hole is created, then you apply UV ray on all. When you apply the UV ray, what will happen? This photoresist, what will happen? This photoresist will be damaged. Then you apply the previous acid, not this acid, the previous acid. What will happen? This photoresist will be gone. So now you are left with this. Understand?
Yes.
Now what you do? Now you dope. Now you apply the doping. So when you apply the doping, this was P type, right? Now you apply the doping, this will be N type, heavily doped. Understand? You give some material. This material will not go there. This material will not come here because that is covered. Got my point? That is covered. That's why that material will not go there. That material will only fall here, and that will be sucked into it. Sucked into it means what? That will absorb. That will be absorbed by this part, and what will happen? There will be an N well, N type material. Okay. When this is done, you apply the HF acid again. So the all part will be gone. Okay. So you just made one n well. Now see the whole process again. So this process must be repeated again and again and again with what? With different mask. So this one you repeat one, this one you repeat another, repeat. So this process must be repeated. Okay. Now here at a glance, see, this is the P substrate. On the P substrate, you apply the silicon dioxide. On silicon dioxide, you apply photoresist. On top of photoresist, you give a glass with feature, that means mask. You apply UV ray, the photoresist will be damaged. Then you apply a solution, the photoresist will be gone. Now you apply HF acid. Now the substrate, that means the silicon dioxide, not substrate, silicon dioxide is gone. Now you apply the UV ray as a whole. Everything will be insoluble. Now you apply the solution. The photoresist is gone. Now you apply the N-type material. What will happen? That N-type material will be sucked or absorbed by the substrate. So there will be an N well. See, can you see some extra part are there? Extra part. Why? Because when it is absorbed, this part will also absorb, right? Some part from here will have also absorbed that N-type material. So this will be your N well. Understand? After that, you apply the HF acid. So all the remaining silicon dioxide is also already gone. Because what was the purpose of this? The purpose of this was to create the N well. See, since the N well is created, this thing you no longer required. What do you do again? You again apply silicon dioxide, again apply photoresist, again apply the glass mask, again apply UV ray, again apply the solution, again apply the hydrofluoric acid, again you apply the UV ray, again you apply the, what is that, solution, then apply the main, what is the material you want to apply, then apply the hydrofluoric acid again. Got my point? So this process will go over and over and over again. This is called the lithography process. Have you understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So there are some other theory as well. Those are all actually theory. So whatever I have shown you here, those processes are actually what is that? Explained here, like diffusion, like silicon dioxide. How you are going to make the N well? So you will give some what N-type material. Those will be diffused. That means absorbed. Okay, that process. Etching. What is etching? Etching means, so you apply a glass mask with glass with mask. You will give some light. Those, that is UV light. Those light will be what? Those light will be insoluble. So whatever, then when you apply a chemical, that part will be etched. Okay, those are the process that I have already told you. Those are actually described in detailed form. So I'm not going to go for that. Maybe we will have one more lab class, but before that, maybe we missed something. That was your binary, hex multiplier. So we missed one thing, that was your multiplier. So we haven't done the multiplication yet. So we will be making one multiplier today. Multiplier, designing a 4-bit binary or hex multiplier that can multiply 4-bit numbers. Okay. So for that, we need to see what are the basics. Remember, so this is your A, this is your B. A is a number, 4-bit number, A3, A2, A1, A0. B is a number, B3, B2, B1, B0. So if you multiply these, what will happen? B0, A0, A1, B0, A2, B0, A3, B0, right? This is the multiplication, normal multiplication. These, right? Multiply these will come. Multiply these will come, right? This is the normal multiplication. Then you what? You give a gap. You start from here. Multiply. What will happen? A0 B1. Multiply. What will happen? A1 B1. Multiply. A2 B1. Multiply. A3 B1, right? That you already know. The normal multiplication. Then you give what? You give 2 gap. Multiply. A0 B2. Multiply. A1 B2. Multiply. A2 B2. Multiply. A3 B2, right? Understood? Now again, multiply. You give 3 gap. Multiply A0 B3, A1 B3, A2 B3, A3 B3. Understood? Now, this will directly come into here, P0. This one, however, you have to add, right? So how can you add 2 bit? You have to use a half adder, right? Half adder. So you might have a carry. Do you have a carry? Let's say you have a carry, C1. You might have a carry. Half adder can give you a carry, C1. Where this C1 will go?
Next one, sir. Next column.
Okay. So this C1 will go to the next one. That means here. Okay. Obviously, C1. Now here you have to add these, and these. So 4, right? So you need a 4 input adder, not bit adder. 4 bit adder is a different thing. 4 input adder. Because half adder is a 2 input adder. Full adder is a 3 input adder. Now you need a 4 input adder, right? So here 4 input adder will have 2 carry. One is C2, 1, C2, 0. One is a higher carry, another one is a lower carry. Why? Because if you add 1, 1, 1, 1, your result is 1, 0, 0, right? So 0 is your sum, and this 1, 0 is your 2 carries. So this 1 will be C1, 0 will be C0. Since it is number 2, that's why we add another 2. So 2, 1 and 2, 0. Okay? So where this C21 and 20 will go? Remember, C20 will go to the next place. And 21 will go to the next place. Understand? Understand, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now here, how many number you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if you add this 5, your result will be P3. But now you need a what? You need a 5 input adder, right? And 5 input adder, again, 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. So your result is 1, 0, 1. So this 1 is your result. That means P3. What about these 2? These 2 will be your C31, C30, right? Understood? Now, this 30 will go to the next place. That means here. This 31 will go to the next place. That means here. Okay? Understand? Now add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now again you need a 5 input adder. So the result is P4 and your carry will be what? C41, C40. Understand? Again C40 will go to the next place. And 41 will go to the next place. Okay? Add 1, 2, 3, 4. So these four, you need a 4 input adder. So again, your carry will be, see, 5 1 5 0. This 5 1 will go to the next, no, 5 0 will go to the next place, and 5 1 will go to the next place. Here you do not have anything, so it will just be there. Now you add 1 2 3. That means you need a full adder, right? So your result is P6. Your carry will be C6, only one, because full adder has only one carry. C6 will go to the next place. Now you need two things. That means you need a half adder. The result is P7. So you will have a carry, let's say C7, and this C7 will go here. Okay. Now what will happen? I will make a table out of this. So what is P0, what is P1, what is P2, P3, P4, P5, P6, P7, P8, and what will be the carry of each stages, and what type of adder you need for those. Okay, I will make a table out of this. This is the table I need. For P0, I do not need any adder. So it is A0, B0, it is multiplication. That means it is an AND gate. Remember, your AND gate is this one. 0 0, if you multiply, your result is 0, and if you AND, your result is also 0. 0 1, result is 0, and AND is also 0. 1 0, result is 0, and your AND is also 0. 1 1, your result is 1, so your AND is also 1. So your AND gate and multiplication, actually both are same. So this one is actually your AND gate. Now P0 is equal to A0, B0, P1 is equal to these. So you need a half adder, and carry will be C1. C1 will go to the next place. A2, B0, A1, B1, A0, B2, C1. Okay, you need 4 input adder. So C21, C20. Now C20 will go to the next place, and 21 will go to the next place. So A3, B0, A2, B1, A1, B2, something like that. You need 5 input adder. Again, 31, 30. 30 will go to the next place. 31 will go to the next place, right? So this is how I add. This is how I made a product bit table. This table is necessary for designing. Now, before designing, we have already designed half adder. We have already designed full adder, right? In our lab number 7, full adder we designed. 4 input adder we have to design. 5 input adder we have to design. Then we have to make a symbol out of it. So how can I do that? See, everyone look carefully. Okay, so I'm going to make some circuit for you. This is the carry. When the 1 is on, so that is on. So that is actually sum. And when 2 is on, your result is 1 0. So that is actually carry. So I can call it this A. I can call it this as a B. I can call it as a sum, that is S. I can call it as a C0, CO, carry out. Okay. Now I'm going to what? I'm going to save it. Let's say HA25. half adder. Then I'm going to make a symbol. So my B and A should be opposite, sum and carry should be opposite. So I'm going to give increasing order like that, smaller. A, B, CO and sum. Okay. Where? There in the desktop. Okay. Now I need a full adder. So new. I need B. I need C. I need an XOR. I need AND. I need another XOR. I need another AND. I need a OR. Okay, let's run. Okay. Oh yeah. This is your carry, this is your sum. That we already know. This is the lab number 7. Okay, like that. Now I'm going to save it as a full adder 25, FA25. Now I'm going to make a symbol. Again, A, B, C, CO and sum. That's okay. Okay. Now I need what? Now I need a 4-bit adder, 4 input adder, right? 4 input adder is this one. See, how can I do that? I can actually do like this: 1, 1, 1, 1. So if I add, your result will be 1, 0, 0, right? So I can do this. I can actually add these two and add these two. If I add these two, your result will be 1, 0. If you add these two, your result will be 1, 0. Then this is sum. Remember, this is sum. This is carry. So then you add the sum. If you add the sum, your result is 0. You have another carry from here, right? That carry will go there. So 0 plus 0 is equal to 0, and you have a carry that is also 0, that will go there. So you need a full adder here. So 1 plus 1 plus 0. The result will be what? 1, 0. So these result and this result matches, right? So I can actually use half adder, full adder to construct a 4 input adder, right? So how can I do that? I'm going to show you that. So insert, I need a full adder. Insert HA25 symbol here, not here. Okay. Now you need 4 inputs: A, B, C, and D. Okay. Now you need this is your sum. This is your C0. This is your C1. That means bigger carry, smaller carry, bigger carry. Okay. Now what I do, I will add these two using a half adder. I will add these two using a half adder. The result of these will go here. The result of these will go here, right? This result is your final result. The carry of these will go here. The carry of these will go here. That's okay, but okay, understand? The carry are added. Now remember, when you add the sum, that might also produce a carry. That carry has to go somewhere. That carry will go here. That's why we have used a full adder here. 3 half adder and full adder. Understand? So this is the 4 input adder. So you see this one. If I add 1, so 1 1 is 1 0, 1 1 is 1 0, 1 1 1 is 1 1. So if I add 4, so 1 0 0. So 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, 1 0 0 is the result. Okay. So I'm going to save it as a 4 input adder, right? FIA. I'm going to write 4. F4IA, right? 25. I'm not going to use any number in front of it. If I give if I write like this, you will see you will not find any symbol. Okay, so all you will find, but there is a problem with that. You will find later. But that's why I'm going to start with a small with a letter. Now then I'm going to symbol. I'm going to find. Oh, I didn't make any symbol, right? Yet, not yet. Let's make the symbol. A, B, C, D, C0, C1, C, S. No, I want my C1 to be at the top. C0 should be at the middle, right? So what I can do, I can double click the C0 and I can make the position 2. I can double click the C1, I can make the position 1. Then I refresh, they will be changed. Now, okay. So if I insert, this will come up. Okay, got my point? Now I'm going to change these as 5 input adder. See, for 5 input adder, okay, why can you see the screen? Okay, yes, you can see the screen. For 5 input adder, 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. So here what I can do, I can take these 2 and result 1 0. I can take this 3, result will be 1 1, right? Now here you need half adder, here you need full adder. So this result, and this sum will be added. The carry will go there. 1 plus 1 plus 0. The carry will be added. So result will be 1 0. So your result has come, right? So previously you used half adder. Now you will be using one half adder and another full adder. Okay. Now what I can do, I can delete this. I can bring one input. I can call it E. I can copy the full adder. Oh my God. And I can connect them. Okay. So this is your 5 input adder. Let's see. 101, right? If you add 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, 501. So that's your result. Okay. Now I'm going to save it. Remember, you have to save it as 5. F5 input adder, right? 25. Then I'm going to make a symbol. Again, C0 is at the top. C0 should be at position number 2. C1 should be position number 1. And okay. So if I insert the symbol, you will see this is the symbol, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let's go to the multiplier section. I will be building the multiplier now. Okay. So what do we need? we need we need AND gates. 1, 2, no, this is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We need 16 AND gates, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'm going to place the AND gate like this. So at first we need inputs, 4 inputs. Let's say this is our input. Or let's say this is our input. Okay, these are our inputs. I'm going to write A3, A2, A1,
It's zero.
A0. Then I'm going to copy it. This will be B, B2, B1, B0. Okay. What I do, I'm going to draw some line, big lines. These will be useful for our connections. Now the AND gate. How I am going to connect the AND gates? See, I'm going to connect the AND gate in oppositely, that means in vertically. So I'm going to make them like this. Okay? Got my point? I'm going to make them like this. Now then I'm going to copy it. Then I'm going to copy these two. Then I'm going to copy these 4. We need 16, right?
Yes, sir.
Then I'm going to copy these. Okay, the 16 is completed, right? 16 is done. Understood? Maybe I can move them a bit. Okay, like that. Now what? So we will start with the okay. Let make it smaller. So we will see these. We will see these and follow these. Okay. First one will be A0 B0. So this one will be A0 B0. So A0 B0. Which one is A0? A0 is the lowest one. Which one is B0? B0 is the lowest one, right? Like this. Then next one is A1 B0. So this one will be going A1 B0. Next one A0 B1. This is A0. This is B1, right? Like this. So that's why we have given a gap. Why gap? Because I will understand this is our A, this is our B. Next one what? A2 B0. What is A2? A2 is this one. B0 is this one. Next A1 B1. Next A0 B2. A0 B2. Next A3 B0. A3 is this one, B0 is this one. Next
A2 B1.
A2 B1. You just tell me. A2
B1.
B1. Next
A1 B2.
A1 B2. Next
A0 B3.
A0
B3.
B3. Next
A3 B1.
A3 B1. Next
A2 B2.
A2 B2. Next
A1 B3.
Next.
A3 B2.
Next.
A2 B3.
Next. A3B3.
A3 B3.
Okay. So actually, you are done. You do not need this line anymore. You can cut them.
Third.
Okay, like this. Understood?
Mhm.
So you can cut them now. Now you need what? You need LEDs, right? This is your LED. Let's say this is your P0.
Mhm.
Copy it. P1. Copy it. Like this. Okay. I'm going to zoom here. I'm going to rename it. I'm going to rename them. This is your P1. P2.
P3, P4, P5, P6, 0, P4, P4, 5, 6, 7,
P5. P6.
6, P7.
P7. Understand? Okay. Stop here. I'm going to take 2 minutes of break. Okay. So these are my outputs. So I'm going to connect the outputs with these. No, you have to see this. P0 is equal to A0 B0, right?
Yes, sir.
So our A0 B0 is this one. It will directly go to what? P0, right?
Mhm.
Then you have what? P1
P1.
is equal to A1 B0 A0 B1. Now you need what? You need a half adder, right?
Uh,
Wait a minute. You need a half adder, right? For that you need a half adder. So P1 is equal to A0, A1 B0 A0 B1. So we need a half adder. So we're going to insert an half adder. Here is the half adder. So who will be connected?
so A1 B0
A1 B0
and A0 B1.
A0 B1. We make our arrangement like that. So the connection will be very simple like that. That's why we make our arrangement like this. Okay. Now the sum will directly be your P1. Sum will be what?
P1.
P1. So this is, I'm going to draw some line. Then we can later delete them if we need. Like that. Okay, so that is your P1. Now carry, however, carry should be saved. The carry is C1. We will call this one as C1. This C1 will go to the next stage, right?
Next, yes, sir.
Okay.
P2.
Next stage we need a what?
4 input error.
We need a 4 input adder. So we will call a 4 input adder.
4 input error.
Insert 4 input adder. Here is a 4 input adder. I'm calling it. I called a 4 input adder. Who will be connected?
A2 B0.
Okay, A2 B0. This
A1
one.
B1.
I'm not even looking because I know it is A2 B1 because I make them serially.
Yes, sir. A1 B1. A0 B2.
A0 B2. And what? And our that C1. Remember? Right? That C1 will be connected here. Got my point?
Yes, sir.
Now this sum will be connected here. This one will be our C21. This will be our C20.
20.
Right? This is the carry. C21 and 20.
20.
So the 20 is this one, right? 20 is this one. So this 20 will go to the next stage, and this 21 will go to the next to next stage, right?
Yes.
Okay. So next, what we need?
5 input error.
Okay, let's call.
Right.
I'm calling a 5 input adder. Okay. So here who will be added?
So
A3, B2.
B2.
Right? And our
Last carry.
the smaller carry,
Is smaller carry, sir. C20.
C20.
20.
We do not need these.
And some will go to
Okay.
the
Some will go to the result. Okay, whatever.
P4.
Before
Yes.
they will be, these will be our C30, C31, right?
P1, yes.
Like that, C31, 30.
P1,
Next, we need what? We need another 5 input adder.
Mm-hmm.
We'll call the 5 input adder. This is the 5 input adder. Okay. Who will be added?
Okay, sir. A3, B2.
A3, B2. This is your A3. This is your B2. Then?
Then, sir, C3.
No, not this one. This one.
Yes, sir.
A1, B3.
A1, B3. Yes.
Next, this carry. Remember the carry we already kept there.
C21 plus C20. Why is C20? C30. And the sum.
Okay. Now the sum will be the result of the next stage. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And the carry will remain like that. Then we need what? After 5 input adder, we need another 4 input adder, right?
4 input adder, yes.
Okay, let's call it. Okay. Now what will be added? A3, B2.
B2.
Is this one?
A2, B3.
Is this one?
And
That carry.
That carry, the lowest one, C31. And this one, C40. D will go to the C40.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
This is the extra part we can trim.
Okay. And
Now what?
the sum will be go to
Okay, some will go to the carry. Some will go to the result. We know that. Next, we need a full adder. Remember.
full adder, yes.
Okay, the sum will go to the result directly. What result? This result.
This result, yes.
We can trim the rest of the part, remaining part. Okay. Now what? We need a full adder. Insert full adder.
Full adder.
This is the full adder. So A3, B3. This carry.
This carry up to C41.
And
this carry C0.
this carry.
C40.
The result will go
Some will go to the P6.
here.
P6, yes.
Okay. This is the CO and this is the C1. Next, you need a what? Half adder, right?
Yes.
Half adder.
Adder.
Okay. I'm going to insert a half adder. This is the half adder. Half adder can be here.
Yes.
Because
C41.
okay.
Last
Last two carry actually.
yes, sir. Last two carry.
This one will go here.
The upper one go A.
This one will go here. The sum is the result, right? Sum is the which result?
Yes, P7.
P7. Now you might have a P8, but normally we do not have. We do not have a P8. Normally we do not need a P8. Okay? This one we do not need actually. কখনো আসে না এটা।
Okay.
If you multiply this 4, you will never get P8. You will never get. but theoretically it is possible. That's why this will be your P8. This one. This will be your P8. Understand? Okay. Now
Run.
let's run the program. Here, let's give two numbers. Let's think about two numbers. Let's say 1101, 1001, right? If you multiply, what will be your result? So 1101 is what? কত জানো? 13 হয়, right? 1101, it is 13 in decimal. 1001, this is 9.
9.
So if you multiply 13 and 9, what is your result? Your result is 117. 117 in decimal. If you convert
Binary.
117, if you convert them into binary, your result is 1110101. 1110101. That is your result. Okay, so that should be there. Let's try. Wait a minute. Okay, let's try. Let's run, not this. So 1101, 1001. Okay, so your result is, see, 1110101. Can you see that? I'm going to zoom in. 1110101, right? Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. Okay, that was your result. Understand?
Yes,
So
sir.
your what is that? Your simulation is correct. Your design is also correct. So what you can do? We can do some modification. What is the modification we can do? We can actually change the input method. We can delete. We can change the input method by these. These are your input method here. Okay. Again, we need another one for A. This is directly, okay, pin number, pin names. So this should be A. Okay, double click, this should be B. Okay, see, we can now we can actually we can directly give the input, okay? Like hexadecimal. We can also change the way our output looks. We can delete them. We can use an 8-bit display. Here, there's an 8-bit display. We can use an 8-bit display. If we use this 8-bit display, see, so if we give result input in hexa, let's say 13. 13 means what? 1101 means this is 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. D, right? 1101. 1. See, how can you know that? It's red, red, blue, red. So 1101. 1001 is 9. This one, 1001. So your result is 75. 75 in hexa means 1110101. So I want to see these in decimal. Let's say 117. You can see that as well in decimal. How can you do that? So from double click that, you can select the format from unsigned hexadecimal to unsigned integer. Now you will see your result will be in decimal. This is 13. This is 9. Your result is 117. Can you see that 117?
Yes, sir.
So this is how you can do it. You can make it. You can keep it in binary. You can keep it in hexadecimal. Your wish. Completely your wish. Okay. So I think that was the class, and obviously your VLSI is never only theory, never only lab. So you have to learn theory, lab both at a time. And this is a lab heavy class. Lab heavy class means labs are more important than theory.
Yes, sir.
So if I finish all labs and if I keep some theory unfinished, no problem. But if I finish all the theory but keep some lab unfinished, that will be a problem. That's why I decided to show you this, because we have one more lab available, not more than that. That's why. Okay. So I hope you will practice this. This is very simple. Remember, if you follow that table, remember the table I made? If you follow that table, your design is pretty simple. Okay? You just give some AND gates serially. You give some adders serially, connect them, and your result is done. Your circuit is done. Okay? I hope all of you will practice today this one. Okay. So here is our lecture. I'm going to stop the share. And DSA should be gone. Okay. So wait a minute. Do not go anywhere. I need to take. Okay. I'm going to write the roll number of your. What is the date today? 8/19. Okay, Ahmed Mahdi, what is your role?
12, sir.
12. Nazifa?
20.
20. Shajib?
49, sir.
49. Abdi Aziz?
7, sir.
11.
7.
7. Then Qadar Ali?
45.
45. Then Muhammad Ahmed?
21, sir.
21. Abbas?
40, sir.
14. Abdi Hakim? Abdi Hakim?
33, sir. 33.
33. Moha Abdallah? Ayub?
23, sir.
23. Then Nazib Zama?
32, sir.
32. Omar Farooq?
Sir, 4.
4. Shafi? 52. Shafi is 52?
Yes, sir. 52.
Okay. Is there anyone? Is there anyone else? Maybe Moha Abdallah.
Sir,
Yeah.
43.
43. Naim Monima?
Yes, sir. 40, sir.
40. And anyone else? No one. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
See you in the next class.